Hi everyone, I'm True Soul, and this is a review of the Mattel WWE Elite Collection, Drew McIntyre, and Matt Riddle. Guys, I've been patiently waiting for Mattel to make these two action figures, more specifically these two versions of two of my favorite WWE superstars, and they have finally made them. Now, there are actually some very cool and interesting things about these two elite action figures, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the review. And we're going to start off with the original bro, Matt Riddle. Now, this version of Matt Riddle that we have here, I believe, is actually one of his appearances that when he was back in NXT, when he used to tag team with Pete Dunne, for any of you that remember that. And I really gotta say, I'm really digging this kind of blue and orange color for his gear. Really like that a lot. I think those two colors go really well together. And I gotta say, I'm also really digging this face that came with Matt Riddle. I personally would have liked to have more of a smiley face, but I feel like this kind of cool, laid back, chill, bro kind of look really fits Matt Riddle a lot, and the likeness also looks pretty impressive too. The hair is also sculpted pretty nice, although with, a lot of these figures that have long hair, probably gonna hinder articulation, which we're gonna go ahead and go into right now. Now, one thing that I thought was very interesting about this elite action figure is that he actually has double jointed arms along with double jointed legs. Most of the time, elite figures just have double jointed legs and single jointed arms. That's not the case with this Matt Riddle, and I'm very glad about that, because the amount of poses that you can get him in are way more satisfying now that he has double jointed. I really hope that they plan on giving elite action figures double jointed arms moving forward. That would be really good. I would also like butterfly joints, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. Another thing I also like is the way that Matt Riddle's torso is sculpted. His arms can bend inward a lot better, since his torso isn't as thick, I guess, so it doesn't feel like really stiff. But one thing that really blew me away about this action figure once I started playing around with him is his accessories, and he comes with some pretty good ones. He of course comes with his, I call him his bro hands, to do his signature bro kind of hang loose hand sign. He comes with a hat that is also removable. You can put it on, you can take it off, and what I really like about these hats is they're really sturdy and they fit on nice and snug on top of Matt Riddle's head. And you can also put them on other action figures. They don't even have to be WWE action figures, so I really like that a lot. He also of course comes with a cloth shirt, which fits on Matt Riddle pretty well, although because the hair sculpt back there is pretty stiff, it is a little hard to close the shirt, but it's an easy workaround. Just mess around with the figure a little bit and you'll be able to get the shirt on nice and snug. But one thing that I really like, one of my favorite accessories that Matt Riddle comes with, is one that I wasn't expecting him to come with, which is his flip-flops. His signature flip-flops that he throws off his feet when he jumps into the ring. Really like these a lot. And they fit on his feet very well. In fact, it's a lot easier for Matt Riddle to stand up when he has the flip-flops on. It's not impossible for him to stand up without the flip-flops. It's just, I have to kind of spread his legs apart to a certain extent in order to get him to stay the way I want him without them. So these flip-flops definitely help with that a lot. Also, while playing around with the figure, I did notice he had some odd looking peg holes on the bottom of his feet. I have no idea what they're for. If any of you know what these peg holes are supposed to be used for, because I don't think they're necessarily for his flip-flops, because there's no pegs in his flip-flops at all, kindly let me know down in the comments below, because I have no natural idea what they could be for. But all in all, I really like this Matt Riddle, and this is probably going to be my definitive Matt Riddle for my shelf. So I'm really glad that I got this Matt Riddle. Probably one of my favorite WWE superstars. I'm not sure if I put him in my top 10, but he's pretty good ways up there. But without doing any more rambling, let's go ahead and move on to the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. Now, Mattel has made their fair share of Drew McIntyres. It's not like there's not that many Drew McIntyres out there, but I personally did not want to get a Drew McIntyre that did not come with his kilt and his sword, which is my favorite look for Drew McIntyre. It just kind of fits his kind of Scottish demeanor a lot. So I didn't even know that they were going to make one. I was just holding out. I just kept telling myself, nope, I'm not going to buy a Drew McIntyre unless it's the kind of one that I want. So I held out, and here he is, guys. So let's go ahead and get straight into the review, starting off with the overall look. Definitely dig this face sculpt. I think they got Drew McIntyre's likeness down pretty well. That combined with the gear, it just looks great. The kilt, the gauntlet, it all just comes together really nicely in this figure. And moving on into articulation, like I had talked about previously with the Matt Riddle, this Drew McIntyre also comes with double jointed arms as well as double jointed legs. I really feel like they're kind of picking and choosing what characters they want to also give double jointed arms for the Elite line, because recently I got their latest Keith Lee, which is also an Elite, but he just has single joints. And now here I am getting Drew McIntyre, and he has double joints. Don't really know what they're doing with that, but I definitely like the double joints on this Drew McIntyre. So that's really going to help me get him into a lot more cooler poses and things like that. So really hope that they decide to keep doing that in the future. Now, of course, Drew McIntyre's luscious mane does hinder his neck articulation, but I don't really have too much of a problem with that. I'm kind of used to people with hair sculpts having hindered articulation. But not done talking about Drew McIntyre just yet. Finishing off this review with his accessories, some of which I already talked about. Of course, his kilt, which I think looks pretty awesome. A little paint scuffage here and there, but that's just like really minor. Doesn't really bug me that much. I also never really noticed that Drew McIntyre actually had gauntlets until getting this figure. I don't know why. I never really paid a whole lot of attention to that when watching him on TV, but also like that a lot. He of course comes with two open hands, kind of helps him do his kind of iconic pose, and of course he comes with two grip hands, which are used to hold his sword, which I believe is called Angela. The sword is pretty well made. It's pretty sturdy. And one thing that I really like about this sword, you guys can probably look this up online. I'm not going to ramble about it too much, but I really like the story behind Drew McIntyre's sword and you know why he named it Angela and all that. I feel like it really adds to the character of Drew McIntyre and just makes this action figure a little bit more special to me personally. And guys, that's pretty much it. Really glad that I got this Matt Riddle and this Drew McIntyre. If I had to decide which figure was my favorite, I'm probably going to have to go with the Drew McIntyre, just because they made a version that I wasn't even sure that they were going to make. I got a feeling that they would eventually, because this is kind of Drew McIntyre's just new default look whenever he goes out to the ring to wrestle. So just really glad that I got this figure. Two of my favorite WWE superstars. And yeah, guys, I'm definitely going to be having more WWE action figure reviews coming up. There's still a Randy Orton that's going to be coming out, which I'm definitely going to be getting my hands on, and an EST of WWE that I am definitely going to be getting my hands on. So be on the lookout for reviews on those. But until then, comment down below which one of these figures do you like the best, or do you like neither of them? And also, be sure to follow me on my Instagram, as I'll stay updated whenever I have plans to upload a video, as well as see exclusive photos, like of the original bro and the Scottish Warrior here, that you will not see in my videos. Alright guys, till then, be sure to like, subscribe, and go to my channel to check out other videos. Catch you later.